Hey guys, what's up? Christian Bauman here, midterm rental guy. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I consistently get monthly bookings on Airbnb. Now, in this case, I'm going to be talking specifically about properties or listings where you are only able or only willing to take monthly bookings. So 30 days or more. This is not really catered to a hybrid strategy. Hybrid strategy would be where you're doing both short-term and midterm rentals, and that's going to be a separate video. But if you're somebody who's really only looking to do midterm rentals, whether it's because of local ordinances or just because that's how you want to operate and it's easier for you to just do monthly booking, that's what this video is going to be for. A lot of times people are often surprised that Airbnb is such a huge lead source for midterm rentals. And this is actually a cool stat that I like to share a lot, is that about 20% of nights booked on Airbnb are actually from monthly stays. So that's 1 in 5 nights booked on Airbnb are from people who are staying at least 28 days or longer. Airbnb defines a monthly stay as 28 days or longer. So there's definitely a ton of people who are booking monthly stays over Airbnb. And this definitely presents a huge opportunity for Airbnb hosts who want to take advantage of these monthly stays, because like I said, it's 1 in 5 nights booked on Airbnb are monthly stays. But I would assert that most Airbnb hosts are not at all optimizing their listings towards picking up these bookings. So if you can optimize your listing towards picking up these monthly type of stays, you can put yourself at a huge advantage and actually start picking up these stays. I'm sure many of you, if you're like typically a short-term rental host, you may have gotten 1 or 2 midterm or monthly stays, but it's often more by chance rather than creating an optimized or targeted Airbnb listing towards picking up these types of bookings. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, is how to optimize your listing towards picking up these monthly stays. All right, so here I'm on one of my Airbnb calendars. One of the first things that you want to do if you're going to want to pick up monthly bookings on Airbnb is go to your availability within your calendar and actually set a nightly minimum stay of at least 28 nights, 30 nights, 31 nights. In my city, we have a local ordinance that requires you to get a short-term rental license for stays that are 30 days or less. Now, my property is not licensed as a short-term rental, so I specialize in bookings that are 31 days or more. So in this case, I actually set my nightly minimum stay to 31 nights so that I'm in compliance with the city and I'm able to pick up these multi-month bookings. So I would assert that this is actually super important to picking up monthly stays, because a lot of people, if you're doing like a hybrid strategy where you have like a 2-night minimum but you still want to pick up monthly stays, it becomes really tough, because what's going to happen is if say you have a 2-night or 3-night or 4-night minimum stay, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get like a 4-night booking. Right now we're in October. You're going to get a 4-night booking in the middle of December, which is great and fine. But then what happens is when somebody wants to book October, November, December, they won't be able to book your place because you have to honor your 4-night reservation that you already have in the middle of December. And furthermore, you won't even show up in the search on Airbnb, because in order for you to show up in the search, your dates have to be completely available for all the dates that someone puts in. So if someone puts in Airbnb that they're looking to stay at a place from October 1st to December 31st, your calendar has to be completely open for all of those dates just in order for you to show up in that search. So that's why I would assert it's important to have a 30-night minimum stay, 31-night, whatever is in compliance in your local area. The next thing I do is actually my pricing strategy is like super simple. So for midterm stays, I don't use a pricing software. I literally set a flat rate pricing strategy. So what I actually do is I actually turn on smart pricing, which I typically don't recommend for short-term rentals. Smart pricing is usually pretty awful. It's usually designed to work in Airbnb's favor, not in the host's favor. However, the way that I use smart pricing is a little bit unique and different. So what I do is I turn on smart pricing, and then you'll see here that I have my minimum nightly price at just $55 a night, and then maximum nightly price $55 a night. And so what that does is it sets every single night here you can see every single night is priced at $55 a night. Now, if you do $55 times 30, my monthly rate for this apartment is $16.50. Now, this is an arbitrage unit. My rent on this is about $1,000 a month, which includes the utilities and Wi-Fi. So, I mean, that's basically what I'm willing to take on this unit as a midterm is $16.50. And so, to determine what your price is going to be, I just take what the monthly amount that I want and then divide it by 30. So, for example, if you have a property that you want to make $2,500 a month, I take $2,500 divided by 30, and $83 or $84 would be my nightly price. Now, Airbnb does take an additional 3% fee out of the host side, so you do have to account for that. So really what you do actually is $2,500, and this actually it won't be exact, but all right, you do $2,500 times 1.03. So really you need to make $2,575 so that you can make your $2,500. You divide that by 30, and so really you should be priced more at $85, $86 a night. Okay, so that's my super simple pricing strategy. I literally just price every night is the same, and that's basically my monthly price. The reason I don't do a variable rate pricing is because a lot of people really do not like to hear that their rent, if they're booking 2 or 3 or 4 months, they don't like to hear that the rent is going to vary from 1 month to the next based on market demand and market factors or whatever. So I basically just do the same rate all the way through. Now I might have different summer rates and winter rates, so this is really more my winter rate. And then in the summertime, I might increase those rates. Now, another little strategy I have here, so we can see that I have someone checking out currently on October 29th. Now, I deeply discounted the next 5 days here down to $35 a night. And I do that just to kind of try to incentivize someone to check in or to book, like starting for one of these dates. So you can see I basically deeply discounted those next 5 days so that I can try to incentivize someone to book right here on the 30th or whatever, November 1st. So that's why you see this deeply discounted dates here, and then it goes right back to my fixed flat rate. The thing I do to incentivize midterm rentals on my Airbnb listing is this. So this is the actual listing that you were looking at the calendar for. This one it's just a small studio apartment. It's in Buffalo. It's a tiny, maybe 300 square foot, tiny apartment. My target demographic tends to be travel nurses and students in this place. It's a nice listing. Obviously, you can tell we have professional photos. I 100% recommend spend $150, $200, get your professional photos taken. Do not use cell phone photos, and don't have just any photographer. You have to have a real estate photographer, somebody who specializes in real estate photography. A lot of times I talk to people and they're like, yeah, we had a photographer, but not all photographers are the same. It has to be a real estate photographer, not someone who specializes in family photos or wedding photos. Real estate photographer. Within the photos, I also put here, I included photos of our local hospitals in the area, because I'm basically catering this listing or creating this listing to speak to my target demographic. So I'm catering it to speak to travel nurses and students. So you'll see here we have the local hospitals in the area, some of the restaurants and stuff. And then we also have, this is like a university that's walking distance from this apartment. So in our photos, we're putting in things that our target demographic, places where our target demographic might actually be working. And then in my listing, I'm also saying things like, this apartment is perfectly catered for your 1 month plus stay. So in my listing, I'm like actively saying it's perfectly catered for your 1 month plus stay. And again, I'm really talking to my travel nurses and my students basically, because I'm writing here like we're located just an 8-minute drive from this hospital, that hospital, the medical campus, walking distance to this college. We do a couple bullet points. I like to say, like, at the end here, I like to say, looking for something different, reach out and we can help you find something that fits your needs. And I also include here that at Buffalo Corporate Housing, we specialize in providing monthly stays for traveling professionals and families. We're committed to providing clean, comfortable, affordable monthly stays for all of our clients. All of our pricing reflects our discounted monthly rates. We are happy to serve and provide a quality stay during your time in Buffalo. So that's kind of what my my listing copy looks like, and you can see that I'm like making it very clear within the listing that we specialize in monthly stays. One last thing I'm doing is just in my actual Airbnb profile. Here I'm writing, again, I'm kind of writing the same thing where I say I'm a full-time Airbnb host, owner of Buffalo Corporate Housing, passionate about showing off my home city to locals and visitors. And again, I'm just reiterating that we specialize in providing monthly stays for traveling professionals and families. We are committed to providing clean, comfortable, and affordable monthly stays for all of our clients. Your needs are our priority. So again, like I'm just designing my entire Airbnb profile and my listings to like make very clear, like we specialize in monthly stays and we want to host you for 1 month or longer. So that's it, guys. I hope that was helpful. That's the basic gist of how I'm using Airbnb to get monthly bookings. I have lots more advanced strategies that I can share, but that's it for this video. Please feel free to subscribe, like, comment on the video, and I'm going to be posting a lot more videos in the next coming weeks and months. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you all, and let me know if that was helpful or any other questions that you have about the midterm rental space.